Good morning everyone. So we are the presenters from Group 7. I am Abimi Madrishanon, and for this day we're going to discuss about the teacher and the community, teachers' ethical and professional behavior. So what makes a teacher a teacher? So what are the things that a teacher must have or need to alamin? What are the behavior that needs to possess or portraying as a teacher? In the Code of Ethics for Professional Teachers, Article 3, it indicates that teachers are expected to be part of the community. So to be part of community definitely means to participate in the lives of the community. So from the word itself, to be part of the community is to participate. So you as a teacher, you should engage yourself to the community, not only in the classroom, not only more on school, but you as a teacher, since you are a professional and you have a lot of knowledge, you should use your knowledge and share it with your community, not only to help but give awareness and enlightenment to each individual, to remind them that whatever you are, wherever you are, you have the power to create a change, and of course lend your hand to your fellow citizen in your communities. What is the community referred to here? So in the sections of Article 3, the Code of Ethics refers to the community within the school and the community outside the school. So it says within the schools means doon mismo community, outside the schools covering it, that we called a community. So as a teacher, you are not just participating within the school, within the vicinity of the school, but you have also to participate outside the schools, and that is your obligation as a professional, since you have a lot of experiences, more knowledge. You have a lot of more knowledge. You have to share it with your fellow citizens. Teacher as a facilitator of learning. Article 3, Section 1 states that the teacher as a facilitator of learning and the development of the youth, therefore shall render the best service by providing an environment conducive for such learning and growth. So, facilitator of learning, so when we say facilitator of learning, siya mo ay mismo like a discriminator of information, providing knowledge through lessons. So, as a facilitator of learning, you should not just also nurture the minds of your learners, but definitely you should also nurture their hearts, because if more on study or learning, there is no motivation at all. Dili sila ma-motivate to learn better, to improve themselves. It emphasizes development of the youth. Of course, in terms of development, teachers should provide more lessons, not only enhancing your intellectual capacity, na dapat i-enhance or mas dagdagan of what they have learned. So, as a teacher, we are the molder of someone's futures, but we are also the maker of their characters. Kailangan they will not just embody your idealisms of excellency, the intellectual capacity. More than that, what lies with a successful person is the attitude, the behavior itself. Facilitator comes from the word facilitate, in such means to make something easy or easier. So here, dapat you have to help the learners. You should always have an energy. Dapat di ka mawalan og energy to teach them if they feeling like hihirapan. Since di ba your obligation is to make their work easier or easy. So here you will serve as their guidance. You will be the one to guide them if they feeling like lisudan sila. They have to approach you, and if they approach you, you should respond. You should do your responsibility as a teacher. To facilitate learning, a conducive learning environment is necessary. It has been proven that learners learn best in a pleasant environment. So when we say conducive environment, is kaaya-aya, appropriate to the learners, to para mas engage sa learning environment. And also, when we say conducive environment, it gives them motivation, It gives them motivation to learn. What we call this is eagerness to learn more. Since it provides them a conducive atmosphere, appropriate doon sa learning environment, at the same time, appropriate sa context. So, mapansin nato sa classroom is not conducive, dili pleasant lang tawon. So, mainit, so cold, so light, and so dark. Yeah, like that. That kind of eksena inside the classroom is that is the one we can say one of the problem here in the Philippines, especially in terms of facilities, because we all know that in terms of facilities, Philippines has lack of resources in comparison of other countries. So like mas angat sila in terms of economy, so understandable now in terms of facilities, resources, mas lamang sila. But of course, with the initiative of the teachers, the school staffs, and of course the DepEd or the Department of Education, they work on it to provide a learning environment that is suitable for every learners, para maka-learn sila comfortably at their own, and not also to learn, but they will feel like Madam Manila, they really have the right, like this is for them, we will give them for you, because we also making, or we are also helping you to create your own futures, not for us, not for the school, not for the teacher, just for the learners like me, like us.
Section 2. So, this section will tell us about teachers' leadership and initiative for community participation. So, meaning, since ang teacher is part of the community, they have to live harmoniously. So, dapat makibagay sila sa mga tao in their society. If na ay program sa municipality, they have to join that such program. Because in the community, teachers are considered intellectual leaders. So they have to offer, or they have to make sure that they offer their help for the betterment of the municipality. We need to remember that teachers are not just teachers by profession, but teachers are all around.
The role of teachers in society, and how we must always carry ourselves with honor and dignity. The teacher as our role model. Sa Section 3, naigiingwan nga teacher should behave with honor and dignity at all times. What does it means? It means that we are not always just educator inside the classroom, but also role model in the community. Imagine if a teacher is seen gambling, smoking excessively, or getting drunk in public. Unsa kay impression sa mga estudyante? Would you still respect that teacher? Of course. Dili kay teacher should be the light that guides students, not the darkness that confuses them. Mao na nga, as a future educators, we must live by example. If we teach honestly, then we should be honest. If we teach discipline, then we should be disciplined ourselves. To example, kung ang usa ka teacher magdugay og sulod sa klase, dili magsulog og tarong sinina, o dili mo respeto sa iyong estudyante, do you think students will follow classroom rules? No, because actions speak louder than words. Society expectation of teachers. Ang katilingban, taas kayo og expectation sa mga teachers. Society expects teachers to be models of good behavior. Pero, what happen kung ang teacher mismo dili kabalo mosunod sa iyang ginatudlo? That creates confusion and distrust. So example, if a teacher fails students, bawal mag-cheat pero siya mismo ang ga-cheat sa iyang attendance or sa iyang trabaho, do you think students will take their lesson on honesty seriously? Of course not. Mao nga, as a teachers, we should embody the values we teach. Dili ka mahimong plastic na magpaka santuhay sa classroom. Pero lain na ang batasan kung wala na estudyante. Our values should be consistent everywhere, whether in school or in the community. The lasting influence of a teacher. There's a saying, the influence of a good teacher can never be erased, but the influence of a dishonorable teachers can also last a lifetime in a bad way. Kung tarong ka nga teacher, imo estudyante mo inspired nimo. But kung bati ka na teacher, they will remember you negatively. How do you want to be remembered? Example, na by teacher nga naka-inspired ninyo? Maybe because they were kind, understanding, and taught valuable lessons. But napoy mga teachers nga murag horror story sa inyong kinabuhi. Unsay mas gusto nato, of course, gusto ta mahimong inspiration sa atong mga estudyante. The challenge for future educators. So sa katapusan, being a teacher is not just profession. It is a responsibility. We must always act with honor and dignity because we are shaping the future. Our words, our actions, and even our attitude of these impact our students. So class, if you become a teachers one day, how do you want your students to see you? Maging proud ba sila nimo or mahimo katawanan sa ilang mga storya? The choice is yours.
Teachers' attitude towards local customs and traditions. Section 4 expects every teacher to live for and with the community and shall therefore study and understand local customs and traditions in order to have a sympathetic attitude, therefore refrain from disparaging the community. So here as a teacher, you don't need sit a gap between sa mga taong nabubuhay sa ruralities and center. Dapat we have an understanding to the customs, like dili sila ma-separate, dili ma-invalidate ilahang feelings sa isa ka student. For example, the student is black and the others are white, like you are separating them. There's have a gap, like no inclusivity education at all. So in that, as a teacher, your attitude is to intertwine. Dapat pagsamahin natin sila and to have a better understanding between the local customs and traditions of everybody.
Section 5. This is about professional teachers' role and information update. So the teacher have to inform the public unsay problema sa school, unsay activity na sa school, unsay needs and problems to be solved in the school. So for example, ang brigada eskwela. So dapat ang teacher mag-inform sa parents to help in the school cleaning up the area. So this is part of community relations. And dapat mahibalo sa ta kung kinsa or unsa ang mga stakeholders, ang students, ang parents, and the teachers. And also the external stakeholders, they are the parents of the community, the NGOs, the barangay officials, and the alumni. Kaya ano, in one way or another, manginhanglan man ta nila. And also sila sa manginhanglan sa sila sa tabang sa mga teachers.
Parents and Teacher Association, or PTA, in place in every school. Some private schools call it Home School Association or Family Advisory Council. This is for the interval stakeholders only. PTA is an association of teachers and parents with children. PTA is a group of parents, families, and teachers. The main goal is to increase parental involvement in children's education, and also it has a platform for discussion and problem solving between parents and teachers. PTA is important because it is protecting access to quality education. The role of PTA is giving parents voice in school policies and curriculum. Has advocacy for student well-being, safety, and educational equality. PTA organizes educational workshops and seminars for parents. PTA topics covered in workshop include parenting techniques and child development. The benefits of PTA is influencing school policies and decision making. It is also the encouragement for parents to join the PTA for greater involvement in education.
Let's talk about the School Governing Council or SCG. So, this is important organization in our school that helps in decision making and policy implementation. So, what is the School Governing Council? And the ECG is different from the Parents Teachers Association or PTA because it has a different membership and function. The PTA focuses more on parents' involvement in school activities, while the ECG is a policy-making body that makes important decision for the school. Para mas masabtan ninyo, ang ECG, mura siya o board of directors. So, sa kakumpanya, they make sure that the school is running smoothly, efficiently, and in a way that benefits student teachers and entire school communities. Who are the members of the ECG? The School Governing Council is composed of different membership. Una, school heads or Chief Executive Officer or CEO sa council. Siya ang nagapangulo. Teachers, they help in implementing school policies and sharing their knowledge about school needs. Parents, na sila tingog sa mga desisyon nga makaapekto sa ilang mga anak. The fourth is community. It representatives. They connect the school with outside resources such as government agencies or businesses. Students, in some cases, their opinion matters because they are the one directly affected by school policies. Function of the ECG, so sa ilang trabaho. The School Governing Council has many important roles. So first, making school policies. For example, if there are issues with students coming to school late, the school ECG can create a new policy in school time and attendance monitoring. So second, ensuring students' welfare. For example, if the students are complaining about lack of clean drinking water, the ECG can find ways to install more water dispenser. And third, maintaining discipline. For example, ang daghan og estudyante nga magbulakbol or mag-inom sulod sa school premises. So the ECG can create stricter rules and enforce penalties. And the fourth, planning for school improvement. Example, kung guba ang classroom or kulang ang learning materials. The ECG will discuss and look for solutions such as requesting funds from the government. So fifth, connecting the school with external support. Example, if the school lacks of sports equipment, the ICG can talk to school, to local business or LGUs for donation. So, why is the ICG important? So, ngano man ni siya nga importante? So, ECG ensure that the school is well managed, safe, and continuously improving. It allows different voices to be heard, teachers, parents, students, and the community. So kung wala ECG, unsa kay mahitabo? So the school might struggle to make fair and effective decisions. Uh, the needs of students and teachers might be ignored, and discipline might be harder to enforce. That's why the ECG plays a vital role, making that the school operates efficiently and provides equality education. So, in conclusion, the school governing council is more than just a group. It is the backbone of well-functioning school. It helps ensure the fair rules, a safe environment, and continuous school development.
Section 7, the professional teacher and government officials and other professionals. So in this section, we can see the teacher skills, the interpersonal skill that they have. It's their ability to build harmonious relationship or pleasant personal relationship with the other professionals in their society, and with all, and also the other government officials.
Professional teacher does not use position to proselyte. So what is proselyte? A proselyte is a person who has converted from one opinion, religion, or party to another. What is professional teacher does not use position to proselyte. In section 8 says, a teacher possesses freedom to attend church and worship as appropriate, but shall not use his position and influence to proselyte others. To be in position means to have power or influence for a purpose. For you to use that position as a professional teacher, it is highly unprofessional for a teacher to use your position of influence to proselyte. Besides freedom of religion, it is guaranteed by Philippine Constitution. No law shall be made respecting establishment or prohibit the free exercise and enjoyment, passion, and worship without discrimination shall forever be allowed. This is Article 2, Section 6. Every teacher has the right to profess his or her faith. Teacher has the liberty to worship any supreme being. Since religion is a personal choice, it is demanded that every teacher must not proselyte the students. Such act is not ended permissible. For example, teachers should not use their profession to persuade students to change their beliefs, culture, or religion. And also, teachers should not dictate to their students who they want to follow and believe. And a teacher should also respect their student beliefs or religions. So that was the end of our discussion.